Hello there, my name is Chris Foreman. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Marketplace.city. Marketplace is a company that helps local governments find, validate, and procure innovative technology. We have started this webinar series based on our COVID-19 Readiness Kit, which is to help cities that are on our platform and cities around the world both prepare and respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. So just a quick overview about this readiness campaign is that our idea is to be able to compile these solutions and either through vendors or through the cities that we work with that are easy to deploy, have flexible opt-in and opt-out, so that cities can deploy them quickly and easily without being worried about vendor lock-in. And then in some cases, these vendors and companies are offering free or heavily discounted options to the cities. Our objective as as a company overall, but certainly in this campaign, is to really focus heavily in on the value that the solution is providing to the city during COVID-19, any case studies or examples of the technologies being deployed, and then how, identifying exactly how the cities can get access to these products. So if you are a supplier or a vendor or a solution provider that's out there that has a solution for the cities, I would encourage you to publish it on Marketplace.city. You can see on the bottom of this slide that we have a promo code that allows people to post their technologies into Marketplace free for 1 year using the promo code COVID-19, all caps, no spaces. And that will show up on the COVID-19 landing page, which I'll show here real briefly. That is accessed via our homepage of Marketplace.city. And when you come there, you'll see a list of solutions that are published onto the site. And then behind these solutions are product pages and the validations and case studies of where these folks have worked. And so today I have Tobias Wessels, who's joining us from Bespoke. And you probably see Tobias on camera, and he will be flipping it over to him in just 1 second. So going back to our presentation here, as I said, Marketplaces is kind of what we do. This is our DNA, is being able to identify solutions for cities, identifying case studies, contracts, and how these products were acquired, and then helping cities to kind of lower the time to making informed decisions and having faster transactions. So as I said, as today's webinar, we have Tobias Wessels, who's Chief Commercial Officer of Bespoke. And so Tobias, can you hear me okay?
You're coming over clear.
Great, and so are you. And I'd like to let you take it over and tell us a little bit about what Bespoke does.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Chris. Thank you for the invitation. It's a beautiful day here in San Jose, California.
It looks like it. Yeah, it looks beautiful there.
It is, but as I talk with the emergency team here in San Jose, San Francisco, or around the world, it is a tough time for cities or governments in general. And I'd like to share a few sentences about the company and how we are actually helping governments, states, and cities to tackle not the problem itself, because we can't help cure COVID-19, but to tackle some of these challenges around the implications, especially if it comes around communication challenges that exist. And just to give you some history about the company is called Bespoke. We're a little bit older than 4 years, based out of Tokyo. I'm leading the international business here out of California. And one thing that we have noticed in the past is that if you look at these big partners like hotels or airlines, they have a lot of customer data. And they know how to communicate with their guests. So if a flight is canceled, you know how to get a handle on your customers. We as cities or governments or even states, we're faced with the problem that we don't even know who these people are that are here. And there might be residents, or there might be visitors who are just take San Jose as an example, here for a day or weekend. So during these emergencies, it's very hard to communicate with those people. And the cities have tried to engage in various platforms, whether it's social media or you see some website outreach, and that is all good, but it's an approach that is very fragmented. What we have been doing for several years now, and we work with the Japanese government. Japan traditionally is faced with many disasters. If you think about earthquakes, we had the Fukushima incident, or typhoons that come through Japan pretty much every fall. The government in Japan has been really focused on how do I communicate with visitors to Japan? What is a scalable solution in multiple languages to keep my visitors, my residents up to date? And in essence, we're deploying a chatbot platform that doesn't require any download or installation, is accessible by everyone, whether you're a resident or whether you're a visitor, and now allows the government to push information out to those people in real time. This is very important to cities because now you regain authority about your measures that you're offering. So what is it that we in Chicago, in New York City, in DC, or California, we want you to do? You also, and this is very unique to a bot channel, you have a direct, a bi-directional channel to communicate with your residents and travelers. If you think about a normal website or 311 or your normal hotlines, they're not very scalable, and they don't allow you to actually take information back from your audience. And so with our chatbot, we are able to actually survey customers and say, how are you doing, right? Are you looking at any issues around transportation? Are you facing any medical issues, and so on? So our platform is a very elegant way to provide services in a scalable way to audiences, whether they're residents, visitors, in multiple languages.
Great. Tobias, I want to pause right there. I want to make sure you're not sharing anything right now, are you? I just want to make sure we don't see your screen. So I didn't know if we were just chatting or if we were sharing your screen.
Yeah, no. I can also. I'm also sharing now.
Great. Yeah, we can see it now. Sorry, I didn't think you were intending to share anything. You were just giving an intro, but just in case you were, I just wanted to let you know. Thanks.
No, absolutely. And so this platform is already deployed with a little bit more than 100 partners worldwide. Again, we're the official partner of the Japanese government, but also various airports, including the largest international airport in Japan, Narita Airport. And we call this platform Crisis Connect. There's nothing to install. There's no setup required. So you're really, as a city now, becoming very inclusive. So whether you are on Facebook or whether you're not on Facebook or whether you're on Twitter, it does not matter. With this platform, anyone can actually connect and communicate with cities in real time. The reason the cities like to work with us is to pass information out to their residents, again, in a scalable way. It's very inclusive. So if you look at the equity stake, it's not just in English, you can have it in various different languages. And so that really allows you to reach everyone in your area. And then last but not least, we're providing deep data back to our partners. So trends. I'm seeing that people are asking me about transportation options, right? About food delivery or food shortages, behavioral questions, something that we haven't addressed before. And we can share this with our partners. And now the cities know, oh, wait a second, I'm seeing from my residents that these questions are voiced. So let me address that specifically. If you look at about the use cases, again, I mentioned now several times that Japan is a big user of our platform. It's providing information and updates to partners, to residents, but also to help you to limit the exposure during this crisis, right? So what are good behavioral measures? Also, how do I contact with emergency teams? We've heard here that we should not call 911 for just Corona questions, right? So what should I do now? And so the bot is a very helpful tool to actually provide these services and information back to your residents. You know, the great thing I want to share actually exclusively to you and your audience is that we're offering this platform, Crisis Connect, for free to our government partners. And the setup is minimal. It is, again, very inclusive. We're able to provide service in multiple questions, in multiple languages. And what it will help you to do is two things. One is it will reduce your workload to really focus on these emergency cases that are really pressing. And all these repetitive questions that come in can now be automated through this proven bot platform. The second is, as the cities or tourism organizations as are recovering, the question will come up, is it safe again for me to go to the city? Is it safe for me again to spend time at the wharf? So those questions during the recovery will eventually come up, and our platform is uniquely positioned to actually give the residents the comfort to say, oh, now it is a good timing to go back to Fisherman's Wharf, right? So it helps during this emergency, reducing the workload for your staff and your emergency responders. But then secondly, once this recovery comes, and we all know it's coming, it's just a matter of when, at that point, really speeding up the recovery for cities so that more people will come back to the cities and spend money and their time here.
Yeah, what I think is unique, Tobias, is that you have this specific focus on, I mean, obviously you can help any kind of city, but you have a specific focus on cities and regions that are really rely on visitors and rely on tourists and people who are not sort of, native, residents or citizens of these cities. And, once we're all allowed to go and, convene again, these cities are going to have to bounce back as fast as possible, the fastest, because they rely on this tourism income in order to operate their city, right? They need those people to come back, and these are some of the first places that people are probably leaving, and these are probably the last places people are thinking to go back to, because it's putting a lot of people in one place at the same time, and so people are probably kind of sort of slowly, it's not like everyone's going to start booking flights to to high density areas when we all, maybe they will, who knows, but these cities need to be able to communicate out and say, it's okay to come back, we're welcoming you back, it's safe to be here, come visit us, right?
Absolutely, and actually, I mean, tourism is the key for the resilience, right? It's driving that recovery. And one thing is, I'm actually baffled by this every day. There's so much confusion out there. What is the authoritative source, right? Do I need to look at here, at Twitter? How old is this information? It's constantly changing every hour or two, and I'm personally not even sure, what am I supposed to do? What can I and what should I do being here? And so you have really this challenge. How do I regain control? And again, cities traditionally have not been direct communicators, right? Especially not in these mass incidents, because hey, I'm visiting Chicago. I'm probably not going to the Chicago website before I visit the city, right? That's what I would do with a hotel or an airline partner, because I book a ticket. And so what I would call is like you basically, the visitors or residents are ambiently blind, right? You see them physically, but it's very difficult for you to communicate. We see Amber Alerts, right, that are pushed to people now in this crisis, and the idea is good. I want to tell people, hey, stay at home. But then, how often do you want to send an Amber Alert? Hey, now you can go out again. And so you're having a channel, a tool that is really not meant for these type of big crises. And also, how are you supposed to reply back? So as we see the crisis unfold, and now more people might need medical help or transportation, I cannot reply back on an Amber Alert to the city, right? So it only works in one way. And what we found is like, well, there must be a simpler way without me going to register somewhere, and without me to sign up to a social media to communicate with my city partners. And I hear this every day from emergency teams in the largest cities of the world. They say, you know, we really need to find a scalable solution. And again, it's great that it works in English, but I need to cover Vietnamese here in San Jose. I need to cover Spanish. And unless I can do that, and unless I have this real-time data, it's really not helping me. And so this is why our platform has become very popular recently, because of this ability to make it very easy and frictionless to communicate with your residents and travelers. So.
Excellent. Tobias, thank you so much for joining today. And for the viewers, tell them again how they can access your platform or get in touch with you.
Yeah. So again, we make this very easy. I invite everyone to come to our website, bespoke.io. I also invite everyone to reach out to me personally, Tobias at bespoke.io, and really test our platform that can be set up in just a few days, again, free of charge for government entities, and really provide that service to your residents right now.
Excellent. So just to wrap up, I'm going to present my screen one more time so that folks can get access to Bespoke's profile on Marketplace.city, either by going to Bespoke's product page or going to the COVID-19 landing page. If you have any issues or want to get in touch with Tobias, but you know, for whatever reason, misspelling his website, you can just email us as well at hello@marketplace.city. And then also please follow our channels to see this video recording as well as others. Subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to see any updates that are coming from us. So with that, thank you very much, Tobias, for joining us today. Thank you for your support of the cities that are responding to COVID-19. And to everyone else, please be healthy, be safe, take care of yourself. Thank you.